Hi, I'm Mark Cleghorn and welcome to Pose-Tober on the Photographer Academy. And we're looking at boudoir photography and how you can add different ideas into your session to either spice it up or just to add more variety. So every day on the Academy, we're adding one new image in for you, and you can check up here on our YouTube channel to kind of see the same content, but obviously our members get it ahead of time. But the Pose-Tober series is focused obviously on boudoir photography and their kind of how-to, so I'll explain the poses step by step. We can also look at why to add them in, perhaps into your sessions to add that variety. But I'm sure that during the 31 ideas that we're giving you during the course of the month, you're going to be able to take it away, whether it's classic, creative, different moods and styles, different body shapes. You'll be able to actually add in the different kind of styles, as I said. Pose 19 is based around using the likes of a mirror within the scene. So when we're interacting with a mirror, either a standing up one or sitting down or even laying down, in fact, we can capture some great reflections and double angles as well. And it can also be where the client isn't looking at camera position. So even though Kelsey here is looking directly at me through the reflection in the actual mirror, it's more about kind of what she's doing within herself here. The one thing I would say that we just kind of covered in the last image, the shirt, the likes of the smock dresses are a really good kind of transition, especially if you don't going down the boho kind of imagery as well and things. But as far as a kind of a simple mirror, make sure whatever you've got in the background is interesting to the scene as well. In this case, we've got a bit of netting on the back side, and we've got a screen in the background, and we've got a flower wall behind the mirror itself. But within a client's bedroom, a mirror is a natural thing, so that's good for you if you're shooting in the home. Whereas if you're working in a studio environment, creating yourself a little corner set can really kind of add a huge kind of variety in towards the images, especially with some clients who are perhaps a little bit self-conscious more, they need a little bit more coaxing, or you feel they're a little bit static in their movement, then you can actually add in the likes of the mirror to actually develop it a little bit more. If you're looking to be a little bit more suggestive, by gripping the shirt into the front hand and kind of raising it up a little bit, just around about the knicker line, can give a real a flirtatious and erotic kind of sexuality, and it also begins to expose the buttock more as well with it and things. But the key thing to the mirror, of course, is the prop itself. I wouldn't invest too much into a mirror. The one that you're seeing here, in fact, is just a cheap IKEA one. You can always go ahead and actually paint the edges yourself or cover it in some floral tape to actually develop it more. But the key thing is to always hide what is behind them and what is behind you, and make sure you're not visible in the mirror itself. So angles are absolutely key. I've kind of taken the mirror to a second level here, because I'm actually reflecting some light onto the face itself, and that could be done with a little bit of a LED torch or a LED light, or even flash at times with a spotlight on there, but focusing in onto the face itself, and that would simulate or simulate, I should say, the light coming through a window, and I'm redirecting it with a small compact mirror. So we've got a mirror being used for the lighting, but we've also got the mirror being used as far as the prop is concerned. I would avoid from using a mirror in an unnatural state, i.e. on the physical bed. If we're doing a sitting down or a kneeling down image, this is great when we can start to start to add in the different kind of images to each other, like the elegant twist and so on with it. We can start to do that. But when the client is laying down on the floor, if you want to get a reflective image, obviously I know the mirror then is going to be in an unnatural state, i.e. laying on the floor. And the client then is almost laying on the edge of the mirror. So you get this beautiful kind of shot of the subject and the reflection within the mirror itself. But at the heart of using the mirror just use an interaction, but make sure they're not all about looking at camera position. So you can use it in the standing or sitting position, of course. If you'd like to see some more content on the Photographer Academy, simply go over to thephotographeracademy.com. And if it's boudoir photography you're interested in, just scroll onto portrait, then kind of scroll down to boudoir, click onto that, and you'll see a whole host of different kind of topics for you to actually click onto. And any of the orange banners then takes you to the pages where you can actually follow that through to see more of our content.